I'd just like to do a quick video showing the carburetor linkage that I put on the engine on the Rambler American. This is the 195.6 CID. This is the overhead valve version. And this is the autolite 1100 carburetor. This is actually a new carburetor that I got from eBay. Apparently it's a company called Henkaio that makes it, and so it's a brand new. It's not rebuilt. It's brand new. I had a few issues with it, but that's another video. But this was actually for this carburetor was actually for a Ford Mustang, 61 I think to 65 Ford Mustang, for the Ford 200, basically the Ford 200, that engine. So now from 200 to 195.6 there's only a tiny difference, so that's kind of why I bought this carburetor. The original carburetor for it was a bit harder to find, new. I didn't see it new, so I figured that with the same displacement I should just be able to get another carburetor from the same displacement engine. And sure enough, it's now with the adjustments. There are still a few issues with it, like it's still not 100%, but it's good enough. It's pretty good. I can drive it. But anyways, on the Ford 200, it would have been mounted on the other side, on the left side of the engine here. So because of this, and I had no other carburetor, there was no linkage when I got this engine, so I had to make one. So I started with that piece of, there's a piece of rod there, and then I threaded a hole in another piece. I had to make these threads. Fortunately, this piece here, this main part with this nice linkage here, was given to me. Then I welded this tab with these holes on for the spring. I got the spring on the handbrake cable here on the other end. I'll change that someday. And this part here was tricky. I had to do all these holes and weld this piece across, weld that there, then bend this linkage here as well, put this pin across. And then I got given this oiler too, which was really nice. So maybe I'll just give it a few quick pumps. So yeah, it took me 2 days to make this part, and I didn't have to make the oiler. We could have put a grease nipple in, might do that in the future, and I didn't have to make this piece here. So maybe if I had had to make that, it would have taken me another few hours. So I also had to make this. I cut this piece of angle, bolted it down into the intake manifold, and that's how I bolted this shaft that goes across here. I'm not sure if you could buy something like this, like ready to use, ready made, but so I just went ahead and made it.